Hi guys, welcome to the Teaching and Learning. Today, the lesson 18 proposed questions and answers. I'm gonna share very important information about the rubrics and how to defend this information. So this is very useful information. It might help you to answer many questions which is related to the evaluation and measure the students' performance and how to score and scale the gradings. So lesson of 18 proposed question answered. So first I'll be telling you what exactly the rubrics are and how it helps you to gauge or measure the performance or evaluate the individual students and a group of the students as well. So rubrics is actually the scoring or scaling tool, and it helps to evaluate. It helps to check the performance of the students, and it also helped to find the the gaps of every individuals. It also helped to check the progress and attainment of the students. So rubrics is an benchmark or for a different evaluation. So in this evaluation, I'm gonna tell you that what are the rubrics that helps to check the students' performance and how you can use it, and the types of the rubrics as well as. So first, what is rubrics? As I have mentioned, that it is a scoring tool that sets the criteria for various assignment or benchmark for learning outcomes. It helps in measuring students' progress and attainment, and rubrics used to help to assess any type of student work. Now, what type of the students' work can be? It can be assignment, it can be exams, it can be quiz, it can be essay, it can be thesis, it can be project, it can be PowerPoint, it can be capstone project, it can be all students' work. Okay, so that's a really good tool, and I'll suggest every teacher or educator has to apply this tool, because that will be very fair and decision and grading and scaling in order to measure individuals' performance. So that the criteria is very important in that one. So this is the rubrics which is helping to teacher to give the fair decision and fair feedback and reflection of a student's work. Now there are the types of the rubrics, and there are the four types of the rubric: analytics rubric or analytic rubric, development rubric, holistic rubric, and checklist rubric. So one is analytic rubric, okay, and development rubric. These are similar, so I can say this is the development rubric is a subset of the analytic rubrics. Now subset means it can be the part of that one which is derived from the analytic rubric. How we can check, okay, this one. So analytic rubric is give you the final and the decision or final performance at the end of the what we call any task, or it is the end of the assessment. Okay, it give you the very specific and to the point performance of the individual. This is the one the main different. Okay, now first I'll tell you here that's the this is a two-dimensional criteria. This is the one thing. Okay, another thing for the analytic rubrics. So for analytic rubric and development rubric, these are the two-dimensional. Now what does it mean two-dimensional? Means domain, that what area is going to be evaluated, and how it is going to be evaluated. So this what we call the row and this column, this help you the criteria or the domain, and this part, this row will help you to score or scale the each criteria, and these boxes will help you to set the criteria and as a description apart. So This is we call analytic rubric. It has a two-dimensional and the one-dimensional row which shows the scaling, and these scaling can be represented by the numbers from 1 2 3 4, or you can also use the reverse progress 4 2 3 1, and you can set the criteria that the 1 is the highest and 4 is the lowest, or you can say that the 4 is the highest and 1 is the lowest. So you can make these changes, and this is the criteria what exactly you want to check the performance. Either you want to check the skills, uh, spelling, either you want to check the question paper or answers of the students, either you want to check the PowerPoint presentations. So it depends on the criteria that which domain you want to uh, evaluate and how much you want to score or scale it. So this is a two-dimensional, and one dimension is the criteria and other one is the scaling to measure. So this is the one thing you can see here. You can read the information as well as now second, as I have mentioned, the here this criteria, so you can write the criteria 1, you can set any criteria 2, and here you can set the domain 1. Okay, for you can say the scale 1, scale 2, so or scale 3. This is the journal I'm giving you the concept. Now suppose scale 1 you do not want to write, or you can write okay the excellent, uh, excellent, right? Or here you can write the very good, and here you can write okay good, or you can give the columns. You can add the columns, okay, for satisfactory, poor, okay, what criteria you are going to set. And if you want to set the criteria here, for example, you want to check the criteria 1, cognitive skills, or here you want to check the critical thinking, and in this domain you are giving the description, right? So here also the description. Okay, so you can set these one. So this is about the final paper, okay, or you can change here thesis, you can change here essay, you can change here the PowerPoint, you can change the caption project and set the criteria accordingly. Now second thing is the development rubrics. As I have mentioned, this is the subset of the analytic rubrics, and it has also two-dimensional. One is the row which shows the scaling, another one shows the criteria, and these boxes again are showing the description part. Okay, but one thing here we can say that this is the developing, which shows the end product of the performance. To what extent are students who engage in our program services or developing skills or value? So this is the point you have to check. So this is a development. So development will be from uh, low level to highest level, you can check it, okay, from, or you can from highest level to lowest level. So you can see here noisy, beginner, intern, competent, or expert. So this shows the development of, so you can check the students development and performance from low level to high level. So set the criteria and which criteria you want to check, set the description in the given column. This is the one, okay. And one thing again, so this is again subset of the analytic rubrics, and it has been set the two-dimensional criteria. One, here you can put the score 5 4 3 2 1 to send the benchmark. Now the second thing is the holistic. Now the holistic and analytic, this is the one dimensional. Now one dimensional means there's no criteria, it will give you the general uh, average or information, or a scaling or evaluation of the certain thing or particular thing. Okay, so this is a general, and analytics give you the specific. So this is the one dimensional, means there is a no dominant criteria. Suppose you want to evaluate the final paper, you are giving the general feedback about that. That like what? Like, is it the above average, sufficient, developing, or needs to improve? You can see here there's no specific area that you are judging or observing or evaluating. You are just giving the criteria or scoring in a general. So this will be not the end product or end assessment. This is a general evaluation. So that is the difference between the analytics and holistic. So analytics is a two-dimensional. One is the criteria domain, and other one is the scaling of the domain. And holistic is the general concept which shows only the scaling and the evaluation of the general product or general assessment. So here scaling, you can set excellent, very good, poor, satisfactory, poor, whatever you want. So it can be from 1 to 4, or it can be from 1 to 6. And another one is the, here you can say the rubrics identify and assess components of finished product, and here is the whole work as a general. However, the last one is the checklist. As you know that the checklist, and how the checklist has only two options: yes or no, present and absent, pass and fail. So that is a very simple. You can see here the checklist. This is the one checklist. So we commonly use checklist in order to give you the specific information. In it can be teacher's evaluation, it can be your work evaluation, it can be okay. So you have just give the feedback about that. So these are the types of the rubrics, and I hope this will help you in your pedagogy test. So we'll be meeting in the next lesson with a new topic. Till that, bye, stay blessed and stay safe. Thank you so much.